Salt House, when it comes to 2020, there is so much that we have been unable to experience together. And yet, even at a physical distance, the resiliency and collaboration and joy of this community has had a wild impact on us as well as our wider community. We continue, even now, to be a community that is formed by the practices of being loved by God and loving others. Like we're keeping on in the way of Jesus together. Listen to just 3 things we've done together in 2020. So we celebrate first, we continue to engage with homelessness and food scarcity. We witnessed the fulfillment of a dream in August, right? When Kirkland Place shelter opened, this desperately needed 24-hour shelter for families and for women experiencing homelessness on land that used to be ours. And we rallied around the shelter clients by providing welcome home baskets, school supplies, as well as Thanksgiving dinner for 80 folks. Second, we're innovating ways to serve, connect, and grow in these distant times. More than 75 people have connected through our groups this year, whether on Zoom or gathered around one of the fire pits at one of our outposts in a distanced way. Our Salt House kids have thrived through weekly Zoom calls and story times and game nights and monthly art projects. We launched our volunteer from home teams. Thank you. We provided tangible kits from the staff like our Advent Cozy kits, these ways to have tactile touchstones that keep us connected and together even when apart. And third, we have one of the best Sunday morning services out there. I mean, especially for a smaller church, right? Right? We have been blessed by an incredible team of AV-savvy folks, both volunteers and staff. This enables us then to continue to be a community of radical welcome and inclusion and allyship for our LGBTQIA folks. We heard preaching from a great diversity of voices on our Sundays, and we continue with sharing our This Is Good stories, this weekly segment of celebration of what God is doing even in these hard times. And we're grateful in our worship times to see new folks who have found us online and for their courage to step into our life together in community. You guys, this is just like some of what has happened, some of what God has done in and through us, even in the dumpster fire of 2020, right? And as we close out this year, I just want to say thank you to you for your generosity of spirit and time and vulnerability to show up. And yes, for your resources that have fueled our continuing collaboration as a community. We wouldn't be here without you. And as a final word on this year, I want to extend one more invitation to give to this life and work that we share. You will remember that in June, if you were here, as we voted on and approved our budget for this fiscal year, we committed to growing our offerings to sustain our current staffing and our sense of mission and ministry that we wanted to continue to do here. And you all said yes to growth and giving more even during a pandemic, because you all knew the value this community would have during a pandemic. I invite you now to step up and continue moving towards that yes by giving to Salt House, whether for the first time or increasing your current giving or even a one-time special gift. We are currently short $20,000 expenses over income, and so your giving matters in our ability to keep at this work through the new year. And we know this is an incredibly hard time financially for many folks. So this is a word for folks who have that flexibility, right? Because there's always complete grace in all of this. So friends, just thank you. And thank you for your consideration and for your generosity. I miss you so stinking much. It's crazy. And yet at this time where we are distanced, I thank God for our continuing life together this year and for all that's been. A life of love that is thriving even through the chaos and isolation of 2020. And friends, I can't wait to see what God does in and through us in the year to come together. Thanks.